This family didn't just believe their house was haunted, they believed something followed them, not just inside the walls, not just at night, but even after they tried to leave. And what makes this case even more unsettling is that over 30 different people claim to witness parts of it. Welcome back to Midnight Tales Stories, where we explore real accounts of the unexplained. These are documented experiences reported by real people. What you choose to believe is entirely up to you, but this one doesn't stay in one place. In the summer of 1973, Jack and Margaret Harlow weren't looking for a new home. They needed one. A flood had taken almost everything they had, so they moved into a modest duplex in a quiet town in northeastern Pennsylvania. It wasn't ideal, but it was affordable. And after everything they had lost, it felt like a second chance. Jack worked long hours at a local office. Margaret stayed home with their 2 daughters, and right next door, separated only by a shared wall, lived Jack's elderly parents. At first, everything felt normal, but that didn't last. It started small, the kind of things you explain away. Jack's tools began disappearing, not misplaced, gone. He checked every box, every drawer, nothing. Then the walls, freshly painted, but within days dark stains began bleeding through. They repainted, the stains came back, again, and then the smell, not constant, not predictable, but when it came it filled the entire house, damp, rotten, like something decaying just out of reach. They searched for it, inside the walls, under the floors, nothing. Then 2 small fires broke out in the kitchen. No cause, no explanation. An inspector checked everything. Wiring was fine, structure was fine, everything looked normal. For a while, they told themselves the same thing. It's just an old house. But then something changed. Helen, Jack's mother, was the first to say it. She said she could hear someone calling her name, not from outside, not from another room, from inside the house. And the voice sounded exactly like her own. Margaret heard it too. Same voice, same tone, the same impossible detail. Jack didn't believe it. Neither did his father. They blamed stress, the move, everything the family had been through, but then neighbors started noticing something. On nights when the house was empty, they heard screaming. A woman screaming from inside. Lights off, no one home, just screaming. And still, no one wanted to say it out loud. Then came the night that changed everything. Margaret woke up suddenly. There was no sound, no movement, just a feeling that she wasn't alone. The air felt heavy, hard to breathe, and then she felt something grab her. Not a dream, not sleep paralysis, something physical. She said it was pulling her, dragging her toward the edge of the bed. She screamed. Jack woke instantly, and for a moment he saw something, a dark shape, close to her. Then he turned on the light, and it was gone. Margaret was on the floor, shaking so badly she couldn't stand. After that night, everything changed. Their daughters refused to sleep alone. Every noise mattered, every shadow meant something. Then days later, a heavy glass ceiling fixture fell without warning. It shattered across the room. One of the daughters was cut badly, arms and face. There was no visible reason it came loose, no warning signs, nothing. That's when they stopped asking why. They just wanted it to stop. Eventually, word spread, and the case reached a well-known pair of paranormal investigators who had spent years studying cases like this. They stayed in the house for months, recording, observing, listening. Their conclusion was that the house wasn't just active. They believed multiple presences were there. And more importantly, they believed those presences weren't tied to the house. They said something far more disturbing, that whatever was there could attach itself to people. But not everyone agreed. A behavioral researcher dismissed the case. He said it was psychological, stress, fear, suggestion. A university professor went further. He pointed out that Jack had undergone brain surgery, a condition that could affect perception and memory. His conclusion was that this wasn't paranormal, it was human. Jack rejected that completely, because according to him, over 30 people had witnessed something connected to that house. 30 people. That's a lot of people to be wrong, and yet, despite everything, the family stayed there. Not for months, not for a year, for nearly 15 years. Why? Because they had nowhere else to go. The flood had taken everything. This house was all they had left, so they stayed until the late 1980s, when they finally left. Quietly, no interviews, no attention, just gone. Then someone else moved in. Same house, same walls, same history, and according to her, nothing happened. No voices, no smells, no shadows, just a normal house. But the investigators never changed their conclusion. They believed one thing above everything else, that whatever was there didn't belong to the house. It attached to the people. So here's the question no one has ever answered. When the Harlow family finally left, did the house become quiet because it was empty or because it wasn't alone anymore? That's the story of the Harlow family. If you made it this far, thank you. These stories take time, and real cases like this don't always have clear answers. If you want more stories like this, subscribe and turn on notifications, because some stories don't end when you think they do. And tonight, before you go to sleep, just take a second, look around your room, and ask yourself, is everything here supposed to be?